This is a training video for using the BIOLINE Onchocerciasis and lymphatic filariasis IgG4 Biplex rapid test. The BIOLINE Onchocerciasis and lymphatic filariasis IgG4 Biplex rapid test detects antibodies to two parasite antigens, OV16 and WB123. The parasite that causes onchocerciasis contains the protein OV16. Antibodies to OV16 could mean that a person has been exposed to the onchocerciasis parasite. The parasite that causes lymphatic filariasis contains the protein WB123. Antibodies to WB123 could mean that a person has been exposed to the lymphatic filariasis parasite. The kits can be stored at room temperature, between 1 and 40 degrees Celsius. In your kit, you'll find the product insert for the onchocerciasis and lymphatic filariasis Biplex test. You can use this to follow along as we go through the steps. The kit contains 25 sealed pouches. Each pouch contains a single test. Supplies that are also included in the test kit are alcohol swabs, lancets, capillary pipettes, and the assay diluent. Additional supplies you'll need, but are not included in the kit, are disposable gloves, absorbent underpads, bandages and gauze, pens, a watch or timer, trash bags, and a biohazard sharps waste container. Next, we'll review the parts of the test pouch. First, check the expiration date of the test. Do not use the test after the expiration date has passed. Next, open the pouch and remove the contents. Inside, you'll find two items, one white test and one desiccant package. Look in the window of the desiccant package. There are yellow beads and white beads. If you see any green beads, do not use this test. Green beads mean the test has been exposed to humidity and is therefore unusable. Dispose of the test and the desiccant and get a new test. If you only see yellow and white beads, the test is acceptable for use. Do not open the desiccant. Dispose of the desiccant after checking it. The test has two wells, a results window, and air openings. The round well is the sample well. This is where you put the blood sample. The square well is the assay diluent well. This is where you put the assay diluent. This is the results window. The C stands for control line. The O stands for onchocerciasis test line. And the L stands for lymphatic filariasis test line. At the end of the test are air openings to help the test dry. Now we will review running the BIOLINE Onchocerciasis and lymphatic filariasis IgG4 Biplex rapid test. It's important to set up and organize your workstation before the first blood sample is collected. A flat work surface is necessary when conducting the test. The workstation should be fully covered with absorbent underpads. Now that your workstation is set up, we can begin. First, put on a new pair of gloves. Always wear a new pair of gloves for every patient. Look at the expiration date on the test pouch. If the expiration date has passed, dispose of this test and get another one. Never use an expired test. Next, open the test pouch and check the desiccant like we discussed earlier. Remember, green beads indicate that too much moisture has penetrated the packaging and you must dispose of this test and get a new test. Each test needs to be labeled with an appropriate unique patient identifier. You can do this by writing on the test with a pen. You can also place a sticker with a unique number on the test cassette, but be careful not to cover the air holes. Open an alcohol swab. Using the swab, rub the patient's fourth finger on the hand that they use the least for 10 seconds. Allow the finger to air dry. Do not blow on the finger or try to rub off the alcohol. Dispose of the alcohol swab. Once the finger is dry, use the lancet to prick the finger. Dispose of the lancet in the biohazard sharps waste container. For more information on how to perform a finger prick, see our Best Practices for Finger Prick video. After a drop of blood has collected on the finger, use the capillary pipette to draw up the blood to the black line. Make sure that you fill up the pipette to the black line. Using too little or too much blood may impact the test result. Watch our Best Practices for Blood Sample Collection video for a more in-depth review of how to collect blood using the capillary pipettes provided in the SD test kit. Leaving the test flat on the table, place the pipette into the round sample well, and if necessary, squeeze the pipette to release the blood into the well. Do not use force when placing the pipette into the sample well. Allow the blood to completely absorb into the test. Do not add blood directly from the finger to the test strip. Dispose of the capillary pipette into the sharps waste container. Add 4 drops of assay diluent into the square assay diluent well at the end of the test cassette. Hold the assay diluent bottle directly above the well to make sure the drops are the correct size. Only use the assay diluent provided in the test kit to run the test. Set the timer for 30 minutes and start the timer. Make sure the test remains on a flat surface for the entire 30 minutes. If you use a clock to time, it may help to record the starting and reading time when multiple tests are being conducted simultaneously. The test is currently running. As the sample and test components travel through the strip, they contact the test and control lines. You must wait the entire 30 minutes before reading the test. Reading the test before 30 minutes may give you an incorrect result. Now that the test is finished running, you may pick up the test to look closer at the results window. The test should be read in good lighting. Only read the test between 30 minutes and 24 hours. Do not read the test after 24 hours. Remember, the C stands for control line, the O stands for Onchocerciasis test line, and the L stands for lymphatic filariasis test line. Look for a control line at the C. The line should appear pink, red, or purple. If a control line is present, it means the test was run correctly. If there is no control line, this means the test ran incorrectly and is invalid. Dispose of the test in the biohazard waste and run a new test. Now look for a test line at the O and the L. Any visible pink, red, or purple line should be interpreted as a test line. A test line at the O, but not the L, indicates a positive for IgG4 antibodies to O volvulus OV16, and a negative for IgG4 antibodies to W. bancrofti WB123. A test line at the L, but not the O, indicates a positive for IgG4 antibodies to W. bancrofti WB123, and a negative for IgG4 antibodies to O. volvulus OV16. A test line at both the O and the L indicates a double positive for IgG4 antibodies to both O. volvulus OV16 and W. bancrofti WB123. If no test line appears at either the O or the L, then the test is negative for IgG4 antibodies to both O. volvulus OV16 and W. bancrofti WB123. If there's a test line at the O and or the L, but no control line, the test ran incorrectly and is invalid. Dispose of the test in biohazard waste. A new test should be run. This completes the steps for running the SD BIOLINE Onchocerciasis and lymphatic filariasis IgG4 Biplex rapid test. If you have any additional questions, please contact PATH.